Hello. How's it going, my friends? Oh, we got a birthday party. Hey. How's it going? Beloved up J Moki 604. Hey, 604, are you in the area? How's it going? Joey High Weeds. Oh yeah, that was a scary evening. High Weeds. Very scary. Tom, how's it going? Andy, how you doing? Nice to see you here again. Joshua, my friend. Yes, happy birthday to them. When I would binge DMT, I would have forgetful trips because I wouldn't mentally prepare. Like I just smoked so much weed so casually that I just forget I smoked. Yeah, that's kind of like the problem I have too. Is once you do it too much, you take it for granted, and then you stop mentally preparing and stuff, and it gets all fucked up sometimes. Oh, you're in Kits. Nice. I have once, or a couple times. One of them wasn't memorable. I don't remember much. Oh, you're on vacation. Nice, Andy. But I'm going to do a trip report on the Salvi trip I do remember soon. I've been meaning to do that a lot. Or I've been meaning to do that recently, but I keep forgetting. I did film one trip report of Salvia, but I wasn't in the mood, and the video just came out boring, so I scrapped it. But I'll do another one soon. Never had anyone save you from a bad trip. Yeah, me neither, except that one night. I was kind of lucky he was there. Down to smoke some doobs? Come to Hastings and Canby. I forget the name of this park. Hello, Ross. How's it going, my homie? I just got this cheap joint from down the street. Soleil. Man, if I ever start a podcast, it's just I'd love to work with you. Hell yeah, I'd be down for that. I am pretty lucky. For a pothead, it's like paradise. But yeah, Blooded Up Jay. I've been wanting to collaborate and stuff with people soon. Yeah, I just wanted to sort of get my channel underway and growing before I started doing that, And I don't think I'm out of the woods yet. I still think I need to work on growing my channel before it's at a point where I feel like it's safe and it'll just grow. Once I have enough videos up. It's nice once you start getting enough videos up, because then it's even if you don't work on your channel, it's people still discover you, you know what I mean? It's passive growth. How many times do you say you did DMT this past year? Well, at the end of 2019, I took a break, and then I didn't start again until the end of 2020 when I started doing it for this channel. So in the past year, about 6 months of that, I wasn't doing DMT at all. But in the past 6 months, or 7 or 8 months, I guess, actually, I've documented almost every trip I've done. So not a ton really. Actually, there were a handful of trips I didn't put up on YouTube. Maybe about 20, I would say. But mostly all since January. I only did 1 or 2 trips at the end of last year. Hey Andy, how's it going? I was just downtown getting some shit done, and I was about to head home. But I thought I'd chill here for a bit. Air riser air. Just had a bowl, having another, and prepping another. Nice. weird as hell. You kind of look like your older brother, Joe, except he's like a die-hard Christian who stays away from everything drug-related. Are you the black sheep then? My family's all black sheeps. I feel like I'm like the white sheep. Wait, no, that's not true. No, I'm not. No, I'm the blackest sheep. Oh. I'm the middle child. Middle child is always the fucked up one. Because you have the first child and it's like, oh, exciting. Our first child, very exciting. And then you have the second child, it's like, you know, it's been done before. And then I waited 6 years to have my sister, so it was like fresh and exciting again. No, I'm just kidding. My parents love me. Joe probably does legal drugs. Does he? Jay? $6 for this half-gram pre-roll. It's not bad, I figure. That was like $7 with tax. You down to come around 7 or 8? What time is it? Oh yeah, I'm not going to be here that long, Moti. But next time, I'll announce next time I'm coming down to Vancouver. And then that way anyone in Vancouver could come and meet up with me if they want. We'll have like a subscriber session. Sugar's addicting as hell, man. Honestly, like eating, it doesn't seem like it's that addicting because it's like the consequences aren't as immediate and obvious. But like, I don't know if you've ever tried to stop eating sugar. Like if you eat too much sugar and if you try stopping, it's like, it's as hard to quit as like meth or anything. It's like brutal. Not bad, eh? For the convenience factor, pay a slight premium. What's for dinner, Shannon? Yeah. Once you try to kick it, then that's when you realize how hard it is to kick. Like one night I was there and I had no like snacks or anything, and it was all the stores were closed. And I had like these gummy vitamins, and I just had like one, and I'm like, damn, that was really good. And then I ended up eating like 15 gummies, like vitamins, because $4 US. More or less the same, I guess. I don't know. This is probably pretty expensive. Like I can get them at one place for like $4 usually, but this is like right downtown Vancouver. Everything's like, you pay a huge premium here. Like normally I get ounces for 100 or cheaper if they're like, sometimes you find a crazy sale. Like the other night I was on the website. Yeah, prices have come down like so much since it became legalized here. It's crazy. And it's not even like the cheap weed is like cheap always necessarily. Because this ounce I just got, it was like in the sales section of the website I got. And I hate buying online sometimes because you can't like see it beforehand. But like, this shit was so amazing. I was so blown away by it. Then sometimes you'll pay like, I don't know, closer to regular price and it won't be that good. You know what I mean? You gotta, I don't know. I like to see my weed before I buy it usually. That's the one drawback online. $11 for a half gram. Is it more expensive when it's like pre-roll, Joshua? I'd love to go to, you said you're in Netherlands. Your last name sounds Dutch. Yes. Or I think it sounds Dutch. I don't know. It reminds me of Rotterdam. How are the prices in Holland for a half ounce, Jay? Look and smell tells me everything. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Because like all weed is pretty much like, it'll all get you high here, pretty much. It's rare you come across like weak weed, unless that's what you're looking for. But so it just comes down to me like the freshness and the taste And even visually, I like weed to look good too. It's like sort of, it's like all you have to judge it on nowadays, because it's all like, the high's always good, but a lot of like the cannabis cup winners are always come from Holland. It seems like Holland's got the best growers, probably because it was like, it's not technically legal there, right? It's just like effectively legal, from my understanding. But honestly, when you get like the law, like when you make something legal, that industry starts advancing so much quicker, because now you can do like legal research on it. Like legal companies can get into like advancing it and shit. And half a professional strain sativa gorilla is like $6. Yeah, it depends on strain. Gorilla Glue's been pretty popular here the last couple of years. But it's weird, like people still sell weed here. Like I saw on Craigslist the other day, like a veiled ad for some guy like selling weed. And I'm just like, why? I don't get it. I guess, I don't know, if they got good prices and it's like they've been delivering to you for a while, then why not, I guess, I don't know. And the ball drop, you're on Sid. Nice. Do you prefer sativa or indica, everybody? I usually prefer indica almost always, just because I usually find it to be stronger on average. Like sometimes I'll get sativa and it'll be like, it's kind of weak. Or a hybrid I'll get too sometimes, but usually I'll go in and I'll get like Black Diamond, which is like a really good strain at my dispensary I go to. And if it's not fresh or if they don't have it, I'll get Purple Kush usually or something, I don't know. I just usually ask for like the strongest, freshest indica. Or hybrid. I don't know, it depends. I just like variety. I realize at the end of the day, that's the only thing I really care about is variety. If it's good, like I wouldn't, like if I found the perfect weed, I wouldn't smoke it forever, you know? Because eventually I get bored of it. Like the weed I have right now, I'm starting to get bored of, even though it's like perfect. It's coming up on the Sid, but the Deems made me blow. Partied for hours. Brando Putz elbows with Spag Heady. Brondo dub loads Spag Heady. Never heard of any of those. You're smoking on some Black Diamond right now? 10 out of 10? Nice, Dad E. Yeah, it's sort of like a local favorite. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Because I was under the impression Black Diamond wasn't big like worldwide, but it was big in Vancouver. But maybe I'm just wrong. But Black Diamond is so nice, yeah. Just the smell and the taste of it. Like I smoked that so much that like I can like identify it by its smell. Like the Discord show and tell? Sure. Romulan's good too. I just tried that for the first time recently. Discord. Show and tell. There's too many channels in the Discord. Oh, damn. Planet with some very nice looking Blue Dream. Okay, I'm so bad at remembering who's who, because everyone has different usernames on YouTube and in, is that you, Dalton Planet? I forget. I don't think it is. That Blue Dream looks so nice though. Blue Dream's one of my favorite strains as far as like flavor and taste. It's a little bit light hitting. Anyway. Best acid trip? Probably my very first one. Which I did a trip report on that. Not a live trip report, it was just like a story sort of. But my first acid trip was great, even though I ended up talking to the police. Everything up until then and after that was great. That's Mark Emery's shop. Mark Emery owns that shop, the Pot Prince. He used to be like a big advocate for weed legalization, and selling seeds legally was the big thing, I guess. Around the turn of the century. He's like an old school pot advocate. Bon appetit. I've seen that before. What's that one show, Weedakit? That was pretty good too. That was alright. 2CB is great. Do I have social media? No, not really. I have like, I got Twitter not long ago, but mostly just to follow like crypto coins, because that's where most of the big announcements for crypto happens. I never got into Instagram, and I feel like it's too late. I have Facebook, but I don't post anything there. It's just like my friends and family I use to keep in communication with. So not really. No, I don't. I feel like maybe I should start linking my Twitter to my channel. Twitter sucks. I know Twitter sucks, but like I said, it's sort of like the main platform for certain things like crypto. So that's all I use it for, really. But no, I've never been big on social media. I'm very anti-social. I'm a very introverted person, actually. My social need gets filled up so quickly. A drug that you have been wanting to try? Yeah, Mike. Mescaline, and I'm gonna try it soon. I have some. My friend's just holding it for me. I've been trying to meet up with him, but I kept like, I don't know. Every time the day comes to meet up, I'm like, I just have like such an off day. Some days I just like can't do anything. And Joshua, I listen to some Terrence every once in a while. To be honest, I'm not big on the guy. I don't like him that much. I disagree with a lot of what he says. And I feel like a lot of like DMT culture has been like shaped by him. Even though he was like the only person talking about DMT at the time he was talking about it. So like for better or worse, he was like the spokesman for DMT, you know what I mean? But he's interesting. And I do agree with a lot of what he says. But like, for example, the way he talks about like the hallucinations, like it's so like objective, like machine elves and stuff. Like you're gonna see this and that and that. And then a lot of people do end up seeing that, and I think it's just like the power of suggestion. Because I don't see any of that stuff. And a lot of people don't. But he is very well spoken. And he's very interesting. I like that he's quirky. And he's kind of funny too. He's enjoyable to listen to, but I find myself disagreeing with him quite a bit. I was thinking of making, not chonga, but enhanced leaf with what I got left. because I got like pure alcohol and I got DMT, and I could just like vaporize some weed to make it inert, or mostly inert anyways, and then use that as a leaf, or I can just mix it right in with weed. I mean, I smoke weed with DMT all the time, so I don't know why. Yeah, I don't got the real DMT either. It's the synthetic HCl, but it's like the real shit, which is like expensive and kind of hard to find. Yeah, but I got some, so I'm excited. I'm gonna do that this month. I don't think I'm gonna do a live stream for that, but I'll definitely film the experience and do like one of the old school type of videos I used to do, where I just film myself getting high but not on live stream. I think those are maybe my best videos. It's just I always want to live stream now when I'm high. And live streaming is good. It's good for watch time, but I got way more views on those type of videos. Do you think psychedelics have a connection with religion? A real connection with religion? I don't, Blooded Up Jay. I touch on this here and there, not much lately, but I talk about it in my one video, my spiritual beliefs, or I forget what it's called, something like that. But I've always sort of been more scientific minded about DMT than spiritually minded. I'm both, I would say, but I feel like DMT is not anything different than any other psychedelic, except for its effects. Obviously, its effects are different, but it's not like magical or supernatural, or a link to another dimension, or showing us anything that's not generated from our brain, sort of like a dream, in my opinion, my humble opinion. There's been times where I go back and forth too, and then after certain trips I'll be like, oh my god, it's a simulation, or oh my god, is more than just a drug. But then within 20 minutes or so, I'm back to pretty much just being boring and totally scientific minded about it. But I think people misinterpret that. Like, I think that the answers to like where we come from and the nature of our existence and all that could be rooted in science. It could, like, science could lead to that discovery, or it could be simulation could be our. I also like simulation theory, and then I also see that as a beautiful thing, like sort of like that's like a spiritual idea to me, that humans just keep replicating themselves and getting to like an advanced level where they're like gods, and then they could create another simulation. I don't know. I just said a bunch of stuff that probably requires a ton of explaining. It's a whole can of worms. I won't get into it, but I don't know. Simulation theory to me, like, it's the only plausible explanation in my mind. Anyways, I just went off on like such a tangent. You need the merging of spirit and science. I believe they are the same thing at sort of at the end of the day. That requires some explanation too, but I pretty much sum it up in that one video, my spiritual beliefs, why I think spirituality, reality, and science could all be the same thing. Just at this stage, we're all looking at them differently, but one day they will all merge. Never heard him lie. Yo, he's very real. He's a very real dude. Other language, some true channel divinity. I mean, he's done more for DMT than anybody, for sure. And I definitely appreciate that. And I do say that he was the only one talking about it at the time, but I'm sure even if there were a ton of people talking about it, he still would have stood out. Like, I'm not saying he's just like some average guy that got to be a spokesperson. There was definitely something special about Terrence McKenna. And I want to like him. And I do like him as a person. I just, find myself disagreeing sometimes. But yeah, I've always loved science, and I've always been like very stubborn, a stubborn realist, like stubbornly realist. I have trouble like suspending belief, and I feel like some of what he says requires a bit of belief suspension. And I never suspend my belief if I can help it. I probably do it subconsciously in some situations to some degree, but if I can help it, I'd rather the bitter truth, boring, painful truth, whatever. Who is Aldous Huxley? I have heard of him, but I've heard that name a lot. Oh, a writer and a philosopher. He's a writer and a philosopher. I like philosophers from like that era, so maybe I'll get into him. You know, I've been reading a lot. I don't know if he qualifies as a philosopher. I think he is a religious philosopher, but C.S. Lewis, I almost forgot his name. He's the one who wrote the Narnia Chronicles or whatever. But he also he wrote a lot of like fiction that was rooted in his philosophical ideas, and it all related to religion. He was very Christian, and a lot of his ideas related to Christianity, which I'm not Christian at all or religious, and so I sort of had to set that aside to appreciate it. And even though I disagree with a lot of his conclusions because of his religiousness, he's just a really interesting writer that I've been reading a lot lately. He's got this one book called the Screwtape Chronicles, I think. It's the Screwtape Letters. And it's a fictional story of one of the devil's angels or demons, I guess you'd call it, that was sent to Earth to investigate. And the story is just the letters from him back to Satan. It's interesting. I'm going to listen more to Terence McKenna, I think. There's a lot of his work online, which is great. He does a lot of long talks. Have I seen Mike Tyson's video on 5-MeO? I think so. I guess not. Is it newer? I didn't know he did 5-MeO. I know he loves his DMT. You have become Terence on mushrooms? Nice. People are convinced 100% that they met God, and that's where I see the connection. Yeah. I don't, like, that one, I met God recently in a trip. And during the trip, I think I believed it. But still, I think even during my trips, in the back of my head, I think I always know that I'm tripping. And like, are people like convinced they met God and then that belief remains with them though? It's hard to keep that with you once you like fade back into reality. But then there's been times where I've been tripping, and then it's like I try to talk, and because I know I'm streaming or recording myself, and I'm shown like the answers to the universe, and I realize I'm streaming, so I'm like, oh, all I have to do is speak out these answers, and then I'll have the answers on film, right? So then I go to speak, and no words come out, and I can't speak, and I can't form sentences, and then the very moment I'm able to, I forget what the answers are. It's so ironic, and it's almost like this some sort of system is like set up to make me forget. It's really fucked up, and it feels like it's like programmed that way, almost like to a simulation level. And that's happened to me several times on stream, so that's really trippy. Sometimes when that happens, I feel like it's a simulation, but then I always eventually go back to just my regular mindset. High-level fiction and reality are mirrors. Are you saying that in relation to what I was just saying about C.S. Lewis, like high-level fiction? That's why I like Lewis. Lewis was a crazy religious bat. Yes, he was. He was, but he was a smart dude. He was a smart dude. I like what he's saying, and then it's like, and because of all that smart shit I just said, that means this, and he'll say something very religious and crazy, and that's where he loses me. But Brave New World, Ben Berger. I've never read Brave New World. I haven't read a lot of books, to be honest. I'm a very slow reader, not in the sense like word by word, like I can read good. I get bored so quickly, like I'll read 20 pages and I'll be like, okay, I'm good. Like I hear people that can read like a book in a night. I cannot do that. I'd drive myself crazy. My attention span sucks. Mushroom-shaped tumor, really? Spend your life trying to emulate. Oh, I view religion as philosophy. God is what you would consider the perfect self. That's true, but everyone pretty much has the same idea of what a God would be. So does everyone see like the perfect self the same? I don't think so. Depends what you value, I guess.
What's the definition of equality, guys?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Do you spend your life trying to emulate God? I don't know if everyone does that. Because I think you have to realize that you can't be that in this world. Because there's limits. So you try to be like... You try to behave in a way that best benefits you, I guess. And I don't know, it's not very altruistic. The game is that we're here to try and remember. You have lost the game. See, everyone has a different idea. I like to think of life like a game, though. It's kind of like that. It also helps me like make me feel like nothing's that consequential or important, which is sort of like a relieving realization in a way. You know what I mean? I guess that makes some people feel insignificant, but if you're insignificant, that really means nothing's matter. Then you can see life like a game, and then I think enjoy it more. Read a book in a day, but it was an old Goosebump book. I used to love Goosebumps. My brother and I used to have like 30 of them. Those books were good. I like those books. I recorded some videos for me to start my ASMR channel with, like me walking, and then a video of me driving to Vancouver at night and back. And they turned out really good, like the film and everything. So I just gotta, and my idea was I'm gonna have like a radio station play, during the video, except it's going to be me. I'm just going to do a voiceover and make it sound like it's a radio station. And it'll be like one of those AM stations where like some person narrates a story that they have on like AM stations, like really late at night sometimes. They're usually like really creepy, but like ASMR-y. And so I was thinking of like some books to read. It's about a 40-minute drive, so like a short story. I'm not sure. I want to read something like creepy, like horror short stories, but I'm not sure if people would want to like fall asleep to that. I was thinking Goosebumps would be funny, sort of. People can't deny they don't like Goosebumps. Hey, Hanson. Jordan Hanson, sorry. I don't know why. Hanson. You guys remember the band Hanson? Those guys were pretty dope. Mbop. How you doing, Jordan? What's poppin'? Not much. I'm just chilling downtown. I was about to head home soon, but I thought I'd do a quick stream here. And yeah, maybe we'll walk around for a bit. We can go see if the Scientology Center is open. I want to go in there and see if I can do a personality test. They would never let me record it, but you know, I can go in and then record myself going in and asking if I can record, and then record myself walking out. Those creeps. Watched on acid. Have you guys seen what's it called? The Holy Mountain? Is that the name of it? I believe it's, yeah, The Holy Mountain. It's a movie from the 70s. And it was like purely an artistic movie. And it was just all about imagery, and it was very, just Google it. I can't really explain it. I would show you if I was at home. Midnight Gospel. What's that one movie where that guy gets taken to the he's like in a Hungarian prison or something? It's Midnight something. Oh, I gotta look it up. Or maybe it's not Midnight something. Oh yeah, Midnight Express. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, it is. Yeah, in Turkey, not Hungary. Hungary for Turkey. Ha ha ha. Hungary for the Canada chili. Goosebumps episode where someone eats the snake eyes or eagle eyes and turns into a snake eagle. I don't remember that one. Oh, hey, Nate Napalm from Vegas. I believe I've seen you here before. I recognize your username, or maybe I don't, but I thought I did. Rose read by Stephen King. It's weird. He's got some weird ones. I read The Stand a couple years ago. Read those? Yeah, maybe I will try that. And it'll be a separate audio track too, so if like it doesn't work out, I can just try something else. Just take out the audio. ASMR eating lobster on 550. That would be gross. I was eating like ice cream like on a whole bunch of mushrooms like 6 months ago, or it was 4-ACO or something, but it's weird eating when you're like really tripping balls because your food looks alive. It looks like you're eating a bowl of insects. Simulation theory is religious theory in a technological framework. Sorta, yeah. It tries to answer, or it doesn't. It doesn't attempt to answer certain questions. Like, it doesn't answer where everything started, or it doesn't even attempt to. But it could answer sort of how we got to where we are, or how the system exists in a cycle, but maybe not how it starts, or because we've only been technologically smart for about like since the Industrial Revolution, really, and that's only been a couple hundred years. Think of if humans had been around for 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 years, we'd be like gods. Do you remember the DMT experience you had when you were looking at your room from above through the roof? Oh yeah, the one where I was looking at my bedroom, and it was like, I could see my bedroom like a cube, and it was like floating through space. But I could see through the roof. It looked like one of those 8-bit like graphics that people make sometimes. It's like a bedroom, like an 8-bit bedroom, and it's like always like vaporwave or like chill wave aesthetic. You guys know those? It sort of looked like I was looking at my room like that. Like it looked like a Game Boy game bedroom, sort of. It was dope. The Andalusian dog. It's odd. Salvador Dali's strange, like, because his best works were like in the 30s, I guess, which is a long ass time ago. But then there's lots of footage of him like from the 50s and 60s, like interacting with celebrities and stuff. It just seems like he was around forever. I don't know. It's weird to think that the 60s and the 30s were only 30 years apart. Now that I'm like a little older and I realize how quickly time moves, like the 30s and 60s just seem so different. It probably seems more different than today versus the 90s. Would you say? Maybe not. That's hard to say. That's hard to say, actually. Shit's changed a lot in the last 30 years. But then again, shit changed a lot in the 50s too. How different will 2021 be from 2051? Yeah. I feel like certain things change that make it seem like architecture changed a lot in the 20th century. I think that'll be like lesser in the next little while, just because like the changes are more incremental. I don't know. Okay, I remember when I was a kid and I remember seeing like cars and stuff, and I remember thinking like cars now look modern and cars from like the 70s and 80s look old, but I couldn't picture what a futuristic car looked like. But now if you look at cars and compare them to cars from around 2000, like those definitely look outdated. It's just a weird thought how things change. And same with like television fidelity, like it can't get much clearer than it is now, right? I think like VR will be will be really big in the next 20 years. Like the implications of it are so huge. Since I got my VR headset, like I didn't realize all the shit you could do on it, and then like it just opened my eyes at like if everyone could afford it and the software got better, which it will, it's gonna be crazy. It's already pretty crazy the shit you can do with it if like more people had it. Like I was thinking you'd be able to do streams like this, except we'll be like in a room together, and like the streamer could be like on a stage or something directing the stream. Wouldn't that be cool? I've never tripped in VR yet, but I'm gonna do that, Napalm. I would do a live stream, but I don't know how well that would hold up. Like, I could plug in my headset, and then I could save my bandwidth for the stream. I could do that probably, actually. But yeah, I would really like to do a stream in like VR chat one day. And anyone with a VR headset could take part, and then anyone who doesn't could still watch on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. yeah, I laid out like all my thoughts on simulation theory in a couple videos because I always got lots of questions about them. In short, I would say I don't, like, with a gun to my head, I would say I don't believe in it. The only thing I do believe, I was thinking this earlier, someone asked me that question straight up, like, what do you believe? And I'm like, that's a good question. And I realized, like, nothing. Like, I believe we don't know shit. I'm pretty agnostic in all regards. Yeah, I have a decent PC. It's like not great though. It's like bordering. I don't know. I'd be able to stream maybe like low spec games. But if I plug it in, then it's not taking up any. It's just the bandwidth is mostly what I have to worry about. Because my connection speed's only like. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, for real? No, Sam, thank you so much. Damn, I appreciate you immensely. That's a lot of money, dude. Dudette. Sorry, lady, ma'am, sir. Not making any assumptions. But, wow, holy shit. I seriously appreciate that so much. You rock. It'll go to good use. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you. No, and it's totally not necessary. You know, no press. Just viewing is you know, more than enough. I appreciate that so much. But thank you, Nate, for the thought. Anyways, is what counts. But yeah, no press on the donations, guys. But honestly, no, Sam, that really helps out a lot. You know, trying to make this my full-time gig. Money's been tight, but you know, I'm getting by. I'm doing fine. You know, if words come, if I truly was in a tough situation, I could always go back to work. But then it'd be hard to make my channel so good. I'd have to like, I don't know, I'm trying to get more into like I can't get over that. I'm just still like, it boggles my mind how people can be so like giving like that. That's very nice of you. Thank you, No Sam. I appreciate you. With the third eye, or whatever type of eye it is. Maybe it's the evil eye. I don't need an editor as of now, Heydo. But if I ramp up my channel to where I want it to be, I'm gonna start looking at getting an editor, just for certain videos, because I want to start up my my daily word of the day series again that I was doing. That just ended up being like, I bit off more than I could chew, sort of, with that. But if I can just get someone to like even edit those, and then maybe like handle other certain things like thumbnails or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna look at hiring an editor eventually. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's Crypto Mason. Have I heard of you? Crypto Mason. That really rings a bell. Maybe I've seen your channel before, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna check it out right now anyways. Guys, check out Crypto Mason. My God. With the 100. It's dropping 100. I had to take a double take. You're from Vancouver too? Nice. We need some more YouTubers in Vancouver. I feel like it's an underrepresented city for how cool of a city it is. Maybe seeing you on TikTok. I don't go on TikTok, but I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen you. But I know a couple Masons from the community. Maybe I'm getting confused, but holy shit, dude. I appreciate you so fucking much. That's amazing. You just like totally offset, like more than offset, like all my costs today that I've incurred doing different things. Like, yes, you really do rock. That's immensely appreciated. Thank you so much. You rock. Crypto Mason, I gotta check you out now. Do you do, well, obviously, I guess you do crypto content. I've been, I just got into crypto this year. And I got in February. And so I'm up like slightly. Holy shit. Dude, you have a big TikTok following. Wow. That's impressive. I'm subscribing here for sure. I think I don't know. You don't look familiar, your face actually, but yeah, I'll check you out. I always like discovering new crypto channels. You know what I find annoying is some of the bigger channels I follow. Like I follow when I first started getting into crypto, I found there's a lot of like hype channels, a lot of like super crazy hype channels, and I didn't like that. So I always like was gravitated towards the people that were like they just laid it out for better or worse. And some of the channels I've been following like that I got into, now that like crypto's dipped a bit and the views are going down for like crypto channels, I feel like they're starting to like just hype up too. It's hard to find decent crypto channels is what I'm saying. But if you're from Vancouver, we should chill sometime. I was just saying I gotta start collaborating with other YouTubers. Concerned Mother, you're in Vancouver YouTube as well? Oh, we got another one. Concerned Mother, what are you concerned for? And thank you, I will keep up the good work. You too, I'm sure you do good work. I'm just assuming. Hope you're not like a Nazi sympathizer or anything like that. Yeah, Vancouver is very underrepresented. I think like live streaming is kind of like a pain here. Like I'm using my cell phone and I got like a 30 gigabyte data plan because unlimited data just doesn't exist in Canada. And if you want to get like DSLR quality, you need like the encoder thing. And then you need like a crazy expensive plan, and it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like not super feasible with the data rates here are insane. But I don't know. My cell phone doesn't take up too much data actually. It's a 4,000 kilobyte per second stream, so. But yeah, I feel like there would be more people that do like IRL streams in Vancouver. I can speak on sim theory as I arrived in this world all at once, evacuated into this C-section and natural burst required. One had to turn 90 degrees twice. RRLL, RL, or LR. I gotta greet Dustin every time, like, oh, hold on, sorry, Sin. I subconsciously noticed you doing that, Shinzen Tetsu. But yes, you have to now. Now that you mentioned it, you must. And, okay, Roz, what is that? Like, is that like some sort of, what's the word, calibration thing you gotta do when you enter the world? To calibrate your body? Entanglement theory and quantum weaving. That shit gets freaky. That shit almost sounds like supernatural. Some of the shit that happens with entanglement. It's just a dumb name, couldn't think of anything. I like it though. It makes me wonder. I'd probably click just to find out more about the name. Cooking tutorials? I like cooking. Hey, Crypto Mason, if you're still here, what do you think? Do you think some of my content would be good for TikTok? Someone was saying that, like, oh, you should get on TikTok. Like, some of that shit's big on there right now. I'm not sure if it is, but like, if I can make like short videos on tripping, like, how short do they need to be? Oh, these look good. Caramelized plantains. I can't really see it too good from here, but it looks like you got some dope tattoos. Mushroom sauce. I hate mushrooms, but I'll subscribe. I'll follow one of your recipes one day. You'd lose your mind without unlimited data? Yeah. See, I'm almost always at home, so like my Wi-Fi like serves me well. But usually when I'm out, I don't really stream videos. I don't like watching TV when I'm out, and then I listen to music that I'm old school with my music. I like to download it and have it on a hard drive for some reason. So I just have like this external terabyte hard drive that's like pretty much full now. I think it's full. It's close to full anyways. It's like 250 gigs of classical. Like 80 gigs of that is like Mozart alone. Okay, you know what's crazy with Mozart? Did you know that guy like wrote, like, I forget what the stat was. It was something crazy though, like mind-blowing. It was like he wrote like hundreds of symphonies by the time he was like 16 or something like mind-blowing like that, where other like artists like Rachmaninoff took years to write a single symphony sometime. Mozart was like crazy genius, like savant level, and he did it all when he was like young. Oh, thanks Shinzen Setsu for saying that. You seem pretty chill too. I can't come to New York because I'm banned from America. Because I had a photo of weed on my phone. I know. I'm a dirtbag. Yeah, I think you guys are dating, Shannon. Yeah, I don't know what it is, high weeds. Like, Canada's a dope place. I love Canada, and it's a great place to live and all that. But when it comes to data, it's like we're like third world. I don't know what it is, but like our data is just like so expensive and not up to par with other countries really. But whatever. I got like 35 gigabytes and that usually lasts me, considering I'm like a homebody. Is there something I wish to achieve through taking DMT? No. I think if I achieve everything I want in life, then my DMT trips would be better though. Cops. There are no coincidences. Double split theory. Yeah, I've looked into that. It's like Schrodinger's cat. Upload that horrendous DMT trip. as your first vid. Yeah, maybe I should just do that, eh? Mason, just like take like my top 5 videos where I put in like more production value into them, and just see what happens. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for viewing my videos, concerned mother. Would you ever try Amanita muscaria? That's the classic looking like red mushroom with the big white dots, right? I think so. It's just like a regular psilocybin mushroom, right? Oh, hey, Birdie's here. I didn't even see you. Hey, BMO. It's emergency. BMO, my brother, my literal brother. Duddy Zeus, that's what he calls me. That's my nickname. It's wordplay on Dr. Zeus from Planet of the Apes. With that horrendous DMT trip, that was the first trip. Yeah, that was so horrendous. Isn't there like I thought like all TikToks were like had to be like short videos. Are you saying just like make like a super clip of that? How do you know how it works? I've literally never been on TikTok once. Oh yeah, let's hang out tomorrow, bro. Sounds good. Alright. 3-ho PCP? No. I haven't done any, what is that like, 2-yo? Is it like a research chem PCP? Fucking A. Oh, really? No, I've never tried that. Though I vaguely recall seeing some PCP analogs on a website I go to, chemlogics.ca. I'd be interested in that. I'm gonna look into it. Speedy, eh? I'm no stranger to the speedy. Speed kills. This weed was really dirty tasting, like dirt, earthy flavor. I never liked that. John, you just got back from the beach? Nice. I was at the beach yesterday. It was really nice. It's going good. It's going good. When you go in, that is good things. Good things. That beach stream was lit, by the way. Oh, thanks, Roz, for the like. Thank you. Yeah, it was very, very chill. I feel like I don't have to like be very talkative when I'm at the beach. I could just like, it was just like, I don't know, a chill stream because we were at the beach. You could just like look at the beach. I could show you the water and the buildings. Oh yeah, sorry, John. At the end of the stream, you gotta turn off your stream on your phone and in YouTube Studio for some reason to officially end it. And I forgot to do it in the studio, so all it did was end the feed. So like 2 hours of the stream was like just no connection, dead air. And so that's why I re-uploaded it too, because I had to trim that half off. It was like 2 hours of stream, then 2 hours of like no connection because of that. Weed remix. Life needs a hot dog macaroni. Chillin' homies weed remix. I've never heard the original. I'd have to hear the original first. Yeah, no worries. It's just a sentiment that counts. But I appreciate it anyways. Nate, if I ever want some background trip music or edits, I'd do it for free. My stuff is here on Napalm if you want to check it out. Let me take a screenshot of that. There we go. And yeah, I will check it out. I'll check out your channel right now though. I like your banner. Green is my favorite color. That sounds dope. That sounds dope. Is that a specific genre? Sounded maybe dubsteppy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the beat, certain beat per minute ranges. It's like goes from dubstep to like techno, then it's something else. Hey Shania, what's up, homie? But thank you. Oh, I think I subscribed. Did I not subscribe? I might have forgot to subscribe. But I'll totally subscribe, Nate, and check out your shit. Oh, I am subscribed. And if I could just use that. Because sometimes I'd rather use music that's not like the YouTube free music. Because like, even though there's a lot of it, you hear it in other videos. And then I'm so slow with making music, I like mostly trippy. Yeah, I just checked out, I can't really hear much here, but the 2 seconds I did hear, it sounded quality. So yeah, I'll check it out when I get home. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'll always mention when I use other people's music, except for when I use the YouTube third-party music, because you don't have to. I wonder how you get your music on there. That's probably not like a bad idea to get like some publicity if you're just like starting out. Because like I know the music I make is better than some of the music in that third-party list. Or like yours is probably too. Because some of it's like I don't know. Not really that good, or it's like it'll be like technically unsound even, like the rhythm will be off or something like that. Rarely. It's all free music though, so who cares? It's kind of like, It's annoying how like long like some creative processes take for me. Like I see some people that bang out creative shit so quickly, like painting, for example. Some people paint like a picture a day, like a good picture. Whenever I do like physical art like that, which is rare, it's so tedious for me. It takes me so long. Like I basically just work it out till it looks good, and it takes so long. And then like making music, I'm like the same way. Mixing is definitely a craft. It's fun though. To me, I feel like I'm more of a mixer than like someone who plays guitar and sings. What's your process? Do you mix with headphones on, off, or do you do a mix of both? And in what order? Or is it just sort of no rhyme or reason, you just go with intuition basically? Lately I've been trying to mix only with monitors until the very end, and then I'll put on my headphones and then fix any like lost details. I find when I mix with headphones on first, the mix comes out like, sounds super fucky when I go to like monitors for the first time. I always like hearing about other people's processes mixing, because there's like a million ways to go about it. Living situation. If you have good like flat headphones. My headphones are like, they're supposed to be flat, but they're not flat. Nice. I used to like Ableton when I first started mixing a long time ago. I haven't used it in a long ass time though. I like it. I like its MIDI controller integration. It's better than Reaper. I use Reaper exclusively, Oliver. Exclusively. No, like, what do you mean high? Like stoned or like tripping out? Not tripping out, really. Although sometimes at the tail end of like a mushroom trip, I will, I'll go into Reaper, work on some projects. I can handle shrooms pretty good, and LSD I can handle it good in terms of intensity, but like it gives me, I don't know, LSD gives me anxiety these days. As I get older, I find it harder to handle. It's weird, or maybe it's not as I get older. Maybe it's a cycle. November by Epimelodica. I will check that out, Nate. It's a 3-hour set that was all in headphones. Seemed to all matter based on the speakers in the area and local acoustics. Yeah. What I like to do after I mix is put it on my phone and then listen to it without headphones, because that's how a lot of people are going to end up listening to your music, is a mono output on like an old cell phone maybe. So I'll listen to that and see how it sounds good, if it sounds good. And then I'll play it in my car. I'll listen to it in my car. And I'll listen to it on my like colored Logitech speakers, and I'll try to listen to it on like my monitors. And then like, because sometimes I hate when I release something on YouTube and then I hear it on a set of speakers and then I realize like, oh shit, my vocals are way too loud. I did that with my song Gin Soaked recently. The vocals are too loud. It's because I didn't check it on enough sources. I'm gonna re-upload it. It's that bad. No one seemed to really notice, but I'm sure anyone who mixes notices. Yeah, my speakers aren't that great, but They're pretty good. They're like JBL something. They're like $150. I got them a long time ago. They're pretty good. Because whenever I used to mix on like my Logitech speakers, which are super bassy, then so you overcompensate cutting the bass, and then my mixes would always be thin and flat, and I wouldn't even realize it. And then if you mix on flat speakers, they usually end up really like muddy and bassy. So if I'm mixing with if I know I'm mixing with thin speakers, I'll make the music intentionally a little flatter than what I think is good. A strike for some bullshit, so you can't. Oh, really? What did they say? I'm surprised. I haven't got in any trouble yet on YouTube. But I feel like I'm following the rules. I'm just like in a gray area, sorta. Nice interlude. Nice, nice. All right, let's start walking around. And the stream's not gonna go on for much longer, guys. I'm probably gonna head to like the station. We'll stand by the water for a bit, and then I'm gonna head off. So about 20 minutes, half an hour maybe. Oh, my garbage. Harmful contact, more horrible videos of fighting cats. Dude, I can get myself the tastiest beverage in Vancouver with all your donations. Oh, that was from Nate. I got you confused with Mason. Dude, I appreciate you. You figured it out. Nate Napalm, you the man. You guys have been very nice to me this stream. You know what? I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna do just that, Nate. I'm trying to think what would be good and tasty. Oh, I should get like one of those, what are they called? Fucking, what's it called? Fuck. Starbucks Frappuccino dealies. Yeah, they like allow some stupid content for sure. But really YouTube's just allowing and disallowing what advertisers will allow and disallow to be associated with their brands, which ultimately comes down to like what their customers feel. So like I feel like the shit that's allowed on YouTube and disallowed on YouTube is more a reflection of just how the public feels. You know, I think just the public is stupid. And like a lot of people don't care about shit that they should. You know? And a lot of people care too much about shit that is really inconsequential. Because if nobody cared about like drugs, then no one would care to be associated with it or have their brand associated with it. And then it wouldn't be a problem to have like ads on like channels like mine, which some of my shit gets through the algorithm. Some of the weirdest videos of mine are like monetized for some reason, like straight up trip reports. And then like the video where I talk about No Nut November is demonetized. It's weird. But I've been doing a lot more monetizable content lately. Not on purpose, I've just been taking a break kind of from like Okay, guys, I gotta go to the washroom. Nate, thank you for the donation, my homie. I appreciate you. You made my day? Nice. You made mine. We made each other's days. Aw. What's allowing YouTube to reflection on what Google believes? No, it's not. It's not. YouTube, like, they don't have a moral stance. Because YouTube's a money-making machine. And it's just a business like everyone else. I disagree. I can't say for sure what they're doing, but they would monetize everything if they had the chance, I believe. But like Maytag doesn't want to be like associated with like some junk bond trader guy doing DMT. So then like content like mine is not advertiser friendly. But I'm sure they do have an agenda too. Probably a bit of both, I'm sure. But to me, I don't know, Susan seems like a pretty like reasonable person. YouTube's got a very tough job if you think about it. They have to try and make everybody happy, like creators, viewers, advertisers, the government. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's true. But a lot of that is automated too. Like, here's another crazy stat. Over 1 billion hours of video gets uploaded to YouTube every day. Isn't that insane to think about? So, even if they wanted to, it's like a lot of it has to get sort of left up to like the algorithm, which is probably like overly heavy-handed. Is it me, or has YouTube seemed like they've come off of it a bit though in the last couple of years? It seems like they're trying to like allow more shit. Maybe that's just the impression I've gotten. But after like 2016, it seemed like they were crazy for like a couple of years, but now it's like they seem more conscientious about like banning channels with like communities that are like getting views, and then just like not communicating with them. You know what I need to do? I need to flesh out one of my other social media things, so that if something does happen to my channel, I can like contact YouTube. You know what I mean? Anyways, I need to take a piss. Oh. Sorry, I just closed you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put you in my backpack for now. Oh yeah, Roz, is you like 1P, eh? I've always said I've never liked 1P, but a lot of people seem to really like it. Seems very hit and miss for people. Okay, you guys are going to my backpack. What would be a super Canadian drink? Maybe like a Caesar, which is like a Bloody Mary with clam juice in it. There's not many Canadian drinks.
Yeah, we can go, I'll get a couple of those clear bags too. Yeah, drop it off to Sally and whatever. Yeah. Not at all. I got the van insured for 3 months. Cost me more than I thought. I could just insure it a month at a time, but if I do, I could take a year insurance. I want to insure for a year. Monday and Tuesday. Sure, the day. And now am I working Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah. It's weird, like a YouTube alternative seems like almost out of the question now. It seems like they're so dominant that it's almost like just too daunting to even try compete with them. Like, how would they overtake YouTube? You know? And the thing is, if you had another platform that started paying its creators, it would run into the same problem, because then again they would be at the mercy of the advertisers. Because there are like alternatives, but they're always like small. And then they end up being like hosts for like more niche content, like what's that one? BitChute or something? It's like all conspiracy theories. Oh, the Scientology church is open. Maybe we can go get a personality test. Yeah, I can do that when I get home. There's always those channels that do that. Three-day reactathon. I was thinking of doing a Fast and the Furious movie watch-a-thon. I only seen like the first 3, but obviously I couldn't stream it. But I could stream it, but I couldn't show the video. Obviously, it'd just be like people watching me. But it was like sort of like a what's it called? What's that word I'm looking for? where all your profit basically is based on your sales completely. Commission, that's the word I'm looking for. So then I'm also thinking that's not really like a real sponsorship, right? Because then that's basically just getting like people to advertise for you. You know, that's more of like a referral program. But I don't know. I'm gonna look more into it. Obviously, I don't know much about it right now, but I might try to do that. We'll see. I would do it in a very like transparent way. Have you ever seen a being with horns while on a trip? Oh, hey, Laughing Llama. I don't believe so. Not off the top of my head. YouTube is my main job. I guess you'd call it a job right now, sort of. I'm in the process of trying to make it my main job. Hopefully it will be soon, but we'll see. My best month, I made like more than a livable wage. So that was compelling. I've had a couple months like that. My views dipped really hard when I hit 14K for some reason, but I'm not worried about it. I've realized it just fluctuates. Sometimes the algorithm favors your videos, sometimes it doesn't. You always see videos of people being like, yo, like I got shadow banned or something, or YouTube's fucking me over, all my views are gone. And then like a few weeks later, they're like, oh, it's all good again. I don't think like shadow banning really exists. I mean, it does on like Instagram, I think. And Twitter maybe, I don't know. But for now, yes, pallets. I got a bit of money tucked away, and then I do a bit of trading too. But normally I do like horticulture work. I'm working on my horticulture degree. I want to work in Canada's cannabis industry. First time I tripped on shrooms, I took some albino penis envy, and when I was looking at my phone, these little characters were hanging on the sides, singing to me. That's dope. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are so much more fun than like acid to me, usually. Maybe acid's more like mind-bending and shit, but mushrooms are just funner, I think. Acid makes excuse me, tweak. Oh, it makes you talk so much. Yeah, acid's really like stimulating, sort of, sort of, or I guess it just is. Some people don't perceive it that way, I guess. Same with like MDMA. Like some people don't realize how stimulating that is because you feel like groggy, sort of too. But it's like I feel amped as fuck on MDMA. It's just like a weird sort of stimulation, I guess. That's what your mind makes. You can see the scariest looking thing and it could be, yeah, that's true, Dalton. Depending on like my mindset, like, well, some of the craziest shit I've seen, I've been like in a good mindset, so it didn't come off scary. It was just like cool or interesting. But then like, if you're just in a mindset where you're gonna be scared, then it doesn't matter what you see. It's just like, it's gonna be freaky. Relaxes the fuck out of you. Yeah, that's the weird thing with MDMA. It's like you feel relaxed and like groggy and sort of like, I don't know, sort of like stonedy feeling, but it's like highly stimulating. It's like, I don't know, by stimulating, I guess it just means it like speeds your nervous system up. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. Some people classify MDMA as like a psychedelic, which is more of like a recent thing, I've noticed. But to me, it was always classified as like a stimulant. It's always felt more like a club drug to me than like acid or like a psychedelic. But some people don't see it that way. It's weird. Not weird. Your opinion is not weird. It's just weird how people see it differently. My favorite drug, Harry? Overall, including detriments and everything negative associated with drugs, then I would have to say mushrooms. Mushrooms, probably. I've never had a bad mushroom trip. And I've had a lot. And these days it seems like every other acid trip is not bad, like bad as it goes scary and is too much. It just becomes confusing and anxiety ridden. We're at the water, by the way. That's the Sydney Opera House. Did you know that? That's the Sydney Opera House. Alan Watts says something will come from nothing, so you're in for anything based on what your manifestations are going. Ah, yes. Anything based on what your manifestations are going into these drugs. Right. So I was touching upon earlier, it's sort of like, they sort of work like dreams in that sense. Now it's all like sort of a, built off your subconscious, I guess. I bought this cheap ass fucking thing at the dollar store because I forgot my selfie cam. It's supposed to go around your neck. It's like a necklace selfie cam. It's so embarrassing. Like I would ever wear that. Selfie sticks are already embarrassing enough. You know? Oops. And I did a shitload of MDMA at our place, and she tripped the fuck out. She hallucinated being in another place with her mother. Yeah, that's the weird thing too. You can get like very weird experiences like that on very high doses of MDMA. I've never got that, but I have got like, I've seen things on the come down, like after it was cool, you know, when it was like, I'm trying to go to sleep. Why the fuck is there a kite floating around in my bedroom? This is not cool. And it just felt like sober as fuck. And I would swat it. I'd try swat it when it came near me. But was she having those hallucinations during the trip? Because that's different. That's like, yeah, must have been a very high dose. And I mean, yeah, it does obviously have psychedelic qualities to it. People can hallucinate, but typically it's not like that. I guess it can be classified as more than one drug. It can be a fucking stimulant and a psychedelic. I guess everything's a stimulant or a depressant, one way or another. All drugs pretty much impact your nervous system, right? You knew a guy that was on shrooms, had a dark trip. He thought he was kidnapped and didn't recognize his friends and stabbed one friend with a fork. That's crazy. My family friend's friend was over once, and she was a mother, and her son had done mushrooms, she said, and he tried to cut his head off. He had a bad trip, and he tried to cut his own head off. He was nowhere near successful. He had a bunch of scars all over his neck, though. I'm not sure if he had mental problems or what, but he was maybe inexperienced or something, but that's freaky. And then also, like, sometimes people will be on, like, crack or something, and then I have a friend who said his friend was, like, strung out on crack, and he thought he was the devil. And so he's like, yo, I'm not the devil, I'm not the devil. Because if you think it's the devil, you might be inclined to defend yourself, you know? So he got freaked out. Nothing happened, though. I love you. I helped you believe in God. Wow. I'm not sure how I did that or what I said to help you in your beliefs, but I'm happy I was able to do that. I love you too. Brody, the same name as my brother, who may or may not still be here. But I appreciate you. Foley during creep me out. Oh, Foley during creep me out so bad. That is creepy. Ruined the trip. Did you ever get to a point that night, Harry, where she came down a bit and you guys were able to enjoy yourselves? Or was it sort of like the whole night was fucked up sort of thing? One thing people don't really... Cannabis is a hallucinogen. That's true. Like, yeah. I remember when I first started smoking weed, like, listening to music you could see the music sometimes, like colors would go along with the music, or yeah. And then also sometimes on edibles, like edibles don't really affect me, but one time actually I took a bunch of edibles and I just got tired and I fell asleep, and while I was falling asleep I saw crazy hallucinations, but I was like asleep, so it was weird. Yeah, well, actually, Nate, I can get like there's an appeal process I can go into, but it's very lengthy. It requires like 10 different requirements to be met, like different forms, criminal checks, all this shit. And then it also costs like $750 US. And it takes like over a year, and then it goes to one judge at the end of the day who looks at my case and decides yes or no. And depending on like the judge's like political affiliation, you know, it might come down hard on me. So it might be all a waste of time, but I feel like my situation is like I doubt any judge would deny me entry. Basically, I tried to cross the border, and I didn't have a return ticket. I was going to get it when I was in Nevada, which in hindsight was dumb. It made them fishy, and they said, we're going to go through your phone. I'm like, no, you're not. And they're like, okay, you can go home then. I'm like, okay, go through my phone. And then they went through my phone, and they found a picture of weed, a gram of weed that I took to show my brother, and that led to questioning, which I didn't want to lie then, because a lot of stuff they could have figured out easily if they just went online and looked at my Facebook or whatever. And then if I got caught lying, I thought maybe they'll ban me then. So I pretty much just told the truth and hope for the best, because at the time weed was illegal in Washington, the state I was entering into. That didn't matter though. But what could I do? I really had no choice. So if I didn't answer, I just would have had to go home anyway. So I thought I would just tell them the truth and hope for the best. And so their questioning led to like my drug use and involvement and stuff. And it was designed to uncover all that. And like I just got out of rehab at the time, so I figured that out. And I admitted to smoking weed before, which was effectively legal in Vancouver at the time, soon to be federally legal, and legal in Washington at the time. But the border patrol is like all federally regulated, obviously. So, yeah, they basically say, yeah, you're not allowed in the States today, blah, 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 blah. And I'm barred. They said barred, so I can get like a the appeal thing, but apparently it's a real bitch to go through, from what I've heard. It's so dumb. My dad's even got the same thing from when he was 16, like 50 years ago almost, and like he's barred from the States because of that. It's so dumb. But he was allowed in for some reason. They just changed it. They made it more strict. Like they're enforcing that thing now, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah, it's really dumb. If you're ever crossing the border to anywhere, I guess, but make sure that your phone has, like, clear out your phone completely, and always make sure you have a return ticket. Unless there's a specific reason, you don't need one. Like I don't know what one would be even. It just makes them fishy, because then they think you're gonna go rogue in their country and never go home. And felt like the guy was trying to meet a quota or something. Because at the time, I guess I dressed pretty scraggly, and I looked not super proper, I guess. I don't know. And so, like, all these little factors added up to, like, okay, we're gonna go through this guy's phone. And that motherfucker doesn't some people don't realize, like, the weight their actions carry. Because I was going to visit my girlfriend at the time. We met online, and we've been visiting back and forth up until then. Well, she had been coming to Canada, and then we're like, hey, I'll come to America this time. And then that happened. Then I was banned from America, and then the plan was, like, I was going to move to America too. So, like, it really put a wrench in our plan, and our relationship fell apart after that. Which, in hindsight, like, I'm glad things worked out the way they did, but it was still, like, at the time I was so pissed at that guy. Like, that. Also, I had conversations with my girlfriend on my phone that discussed, like, why I was getting my return ticket in America. I'm like, oh, I won't order it now. There's no money in my bank account or something. I had all cash, and so we'll just deal with it later. It was something like that. And I'm like, I have proof, like, right here, like, you can see right here. And he's like, no, I don't want to look at that. I'm like, why? Why not? I swear to God, that guy, like, had to meet a quota or something. Like, you have to borrow 1 Canadian a day or some shit. I held up the fucking bus for so long too. I don't know why I took a bus. Oh yeah, it was cheaper. And Sacramento, I guess we were gonna meet, is really not that far from Vancouver. Like, it's pretty far, but for a bus ride, it's, like, not that bad. It's like a day or something, less than a day. Yeah, I got a story out of it. That's true. And I do like telling that story. It would suck if, like, I ever had a really big opportunity in America, though. Like, watch Vice's like, hey, we saw your channel and we want to do a piece on you. We're gonna fly you out to LA and we're gonna make you rich and famous. I'd just be like, oh, I can't go to America. They'd be like, okay, sucks to be you then. It's like, I don't see why you have to rub it in my face. No, it sucks to be you, kid. And then they hang up on me. I'd be pissed off. I know Vice's. I know I'm on Vice's radar. I'm just kidding. No, my brother's just saying yesterday, he's like, you always see, like, pieces on, like, weird people on the internet, like on Vice or shows like that. And he's like, you never know. He's like, one day they might, like, notice you. And I'm like, probably not. Unless I, like, keep doing it. If I keep doing these videos for, like, I've only been doing them for, like, 8 months now. And I already got, like, 200 plus videos. if I did this for like 5 years, you think someone would notice, you know? I mean, you guys notice. I appreciate that. I love doing this. It's so much fun though. And like, I'm so happy with the growth. Like, thank you all so much for watching and subscribing and just yeah, it's been so much fun. After a certain point, I'd just quit if it wasn't getting any traction, because like I've mentioned this before, you know, I'm 32 and I don't have a career established. I can't be like wasting time on YouTube. I love you too. I love you guys too. It sucks me out. I have had a good day. Thank you. They're alright. All things considered. Considering I used to be a raging meth addict. My teeth, okay, these aren't my incisors, right? They're in the wrong spot. They're supposed to be your third teeth in. But mine are next to my front teeth, so I'm like a vampire. 15K in 8 months. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. And then the bigger you get, like, the easier it is to grow faster. Or I mean, if you can maintain the momentum. So my goal for this year was 10K. In December I set that. I said if I can hit 10K this year, that'll be good. So I'm very, very happy with where I'm at. I think my biggest hurdle is going to be staying monetized once I'm on YouTube's radar. Once they notice me, I don't think they have yet, which kind of scares me. Or maybe they have. I don't know. But I feel like none of my videos really do anything that Adam hasn't done in his videos, albeit he doesn't do this very often, but sometimes he shows himself taking acid or doing the drug right on camera. And that's no different than hitting like a DMT pen or you know, dosing. I could blur it all out if I had to. I just hope they work with me, you know? Or maybe by the time they notice me, like, it'll become more normal. I feel like psychedelics are becoming more normal. And then also, like, the USA is in the process of, like, making MDMA and something else, I think, like a psychiatric treatment that's available. If it's not already in some places. So I think that'll be good for public sentiment towards psychedelics, is once it's more commonly used in psychiatrics, which it's starting to become. Oh, you're in Salem, Oregon. You just watched my video? Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. And local psych ed. Cool. Oregon seems dope. I used to want to move to, this is so dumb, I used to want to move to Portland because I'm a huge Elliott Smith fan, and I was heavily drug addicted at the time, and it seemed like a cool place for a drug addict Elliott Smith fan to live. It's the only reason I wanted to live there. It's such a bad reason to move somewhere. Oh, Knife and Air. Funny you should mention that. Actually, this I think the 30th, the last Saturday of the month, and I might go into Sunday morning. I might do an all-nighter that night. But we're doing the second trip chat, which is an event that I do here on the channel. I'm gonna do it like quarterly, something like that. The last one was in March, but basically it's an event that's gonna take place on the Discord, but I'm gonna stream the whole thing as well. So if you don't want to participate in it, you can just watch the whole thing on YouTube. But I'm gonna be doing psychedelics that day. I'm not suggesting anybody do psychedelics, but people have been known to do psychedelics during the trip chats. And then on Discord, we like just talk and have different discussions and stuff. Last time I had a contest, And yeah, speaking of which, I have to pay out the winners soon, I think. Or no, that was something else. Yeah. Has it been 3 months since we did that weight competition where the people won? I was going to give them the $70 worth of ether. And I was going to give it to them if ether like grew during that time, which it didn't. It's about the same price. I was going to pay them the difference just to show people how much like crypto is growing, even though it's been like flat since then. But I said I'd pay the minimum 70 anyways. But I feel like it's been like 3 months now, or close to that. I'm sorry if it's been over. No, yeah, I think it's close though. San Francisco is the place to trip. That seems like, yeah, San Francisco seems like I mean, it's like a classic psychedelics hub, is it not? Wasn't like Timothy Leary out of San Francisco? I was FaceTiming a buddy and we were both watching with jaw drop roll out of her share DMT chart, so I related to the scary one, my recent video. Yeah, that was a freaky ass video. At first I thought I'm like, damn, that video didn't go as planned. What a waste of a video too, and a scary trip. Because in the back of my mind I'm like, I can't post that. But then I'm like, wait a second. Why wouldn't I post that? That's a really good video. Even though it's embarrassing calling out for my daddy. I didn't say daddy, but that would have been bad. If I said daddy, I wouldn't have posted it. That was really scary though. Oh, I remember too when I walked back into the room, I was still tripping at the end when I walked back in when I had my shirt off. After I went to my room for a bit and I came out, and when I was still tripping then, and I noticed the camera was on because I saw the red light, the recording light, and when I saw that, in the back of my mind I'm like, oh sweet, I'm still recording, and then I'm like, oh nice, now I'll get to I recorded the simulation breaking on camera, so now I can go back and see what happened. I still didn't realize I was just tripping. I was like, oh, now I can I recorded the simulation breaking on camera. This is gonna be crazy footage. And then eventually I realized wait, I'm making a video. This is reality. I was high on DMT. Fuck. It did. I think that's around the time I started cluing in. And then also when my dad asked me, he's like, did you he was tried to ease in nicely. He didn't want to be accusatory. I noticed. He was like, did you go to the liquor store or were you smoking some of that DMT stuff? At first he's like, maybe you drank something. Obviously I wasn't drunk. He knew I smoked the DMT or whatever, but he was trying to ask all nicely. And then I'm like, I didn't notice it at first, or realize I was high at first. And so I'm like, no, I didn't smoke that. I'm like, I promise I'm not high. Daddy Trudeau though. Sup, Quan? No, it's a good video post. Reminded you how fast DMT takes the wheels. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of people in the comments there that were like, I bet it was the alcohol. It's because you drank alcohol. Okay, in that video, I literally took about 3 sips, I think, of my drink before I started tripping. And even then, probably most DMT trips I've done, I've had 1 or 2 because I drink too much. And I know alcohol can interact with DMT negatively, obviously, but not a few sips for me anyways. And then also I'm pretty sure it was smoking way too much. I smoked 80 milligrams in my dome, and that was a conservative estimate. I think it might have even been more. I'm not sure, can't say for sure, but yeah, I don't know. There's this rule in the DMT community. It's alcohol and DMT 100% bad. But I think if I drink too much, obviously, but if I know how I'm gonna react to things pretty well. I didn't mean to take that much, but Phileas, what happened? You can check out the video. It's probably best. It's probably too much to get into what happened, but well, you're into car tripping. But yeah, my dad asking me if I was smoking DMT started to tip me off. That's when I was like struggling with it. I'm like, what happened? But I was still convinced I was the simulation just broke. Oh, later, Nate Napalm. Hey, thanks for. I will get that beverage. I will. I'm gonna do that right now, actually, and then head out. I've caught enough. Alone in This was really cool. Keep doing you. Thank you. I'm gonna post the instrumental version to that when I get home. I promised someone I would yesterday, which is an easy video to post. And then I'm gonna play more fucking Resident Evil. When I first started tripping on Ambien as a kid, I'd record things that were moving and sending them to everyone. Okay, I've been tripping on mushrooms once, like, and the visuals are so cool and like just awesome that like I've recorded visuals too. And then I'm like, okay, this is gonna look amazing the next day. It just can't not. It just can't not. And then the next day comes, I look at it, it's just like recording a pile of clothes. I'm like, what the fuck? It's cracked. Yeah, Ambien fucking, or like sleeping pill hallucinations are really weird. I don't know about Ambien, but Zopiclone, you get this weird like shroudy stuff, and it like builds up in the corner of the rooms and looks like black shroudy stuff, and you can like grab it and string it around, and you can let go of it, and it like floats and shit. It's really weird. Not with my dad. He doesn't like smoking. He gets too stoned. He'll do edibles. He's been around the block, Timothy. But yeah, he did react in it because like someone less experienced probably would freak out and maybe think I was like having a medical emergency. Or might think like it was way more serious than it actually was. Because really at the end of the day, what happened wasn't that dangerous or serious. It was like pretty inconsequential. Even if he wasn't there, I would have been scared for a little longer, but I would have been fine. It was actually when I called out for him and hearing his voice come back to me, all glitched out, that's when I screamed. That's when I like thought, oh shit, I really am in a broken sim. People are pretty dumb. Agreed. They're pretty smart too, though. I mean, we're the smartest thing we know. John Daly's come up in this stream like 3 times now on separate occasions. I don't know why, but this is the 3rd time. The alcoholic golfer. Oh, Shannon, I think you brought him up before one of the times. Thanks for subscribing, Mark Rod. Appreciate ya. This is where I was on that mushroom stream. I was just sitting like here, yammering on for like an hour. People were walking by staring at me like I was a crazy man. Well, I mean, I guess I was kind of like a crazy man. It took me half an hour to buy my ticket. Not today. Yeah, I saw that, Quan. I was gonna watch it, but I thought it was real. And I wasn't in the mood for watching like a cartoon or an anime. Whatever you want to call it. Donald Hoffman? No, that name sounds a bit familiar though. Donald Hoffman. Oh. Actually, yeah, I have a friend who's been trying to get me in on his videos. I watched a couple. think, does he talk about how like consciousness is a projection, or reality is a projection of consciousness? That whole theory. I might be thinking of someone else, I'm not sure. My dad's an OG? He is. My dad's an OG for sure. It's funny, we used to have like a gangster dealer friend who like once met my dad. He's like, your dad's an OG. And we used to always impersonate him. And we call my dad an OG all the time because of that. And now you're saying it. My dad's awesome. You guys haven't really seen much of his personality outside of like those two little snippets really that you've seen of him. But he's like really funny too. Like I'd say that's his like dominant personality trait, is like a sense of humor. But basically like all day long we try to make each other laugh. That's friendship. Like I'm about to head down to tunnels here. I'm not sure if the stream's gonna hold up or not. So rather than have it cut out, I'm just gonna say goodbye now. Test your shit. Weed. That's crazy. What? I never got like lace weed. Seems like economically not a good idea, you know? Like what's cheaper than weed? Unless it's sort of like intentionally laced for like a cool effect. I'm thinking like cutting and lacing I guess isn't the same thing technically. But Canada needs me as he farts rainbows to fly across the country. Who's this? Thought of Trudeau busting in Junkaroos with his shirt off. I voted for him just because I wanted weed to be legal. And then I tuned out of politics after he won. I shook his hand too. On one of his last, I'm not like a huge Trudeau fan or anything. It makes it sound like I am, but I just really wanted weed to be legal. It was the only political topic I really cared about. And then he won, and then it became legal, and it was a good thing. All the opposition said like, oh, it's going to be a bad thing. It's going to make the prices go way up, and the quality is going to go down. Complete opposite happens. But I understand if they did it in a certain way, it would have been bad. But it would have been hard to do it that way, where they had control, considering the black market's already really firmly in place. So they had to make it better. They had to undercut it. Anyways, good night, everybody. I hope you all have a lovely, safe evening. I might come on later tonight when I get home for a little bit. I might play some guitar and sing. So if you're not into that, don't join. It'll be titled appropriate anyways, so don't have to worry about that. Wreck Beach, I've been to Wreck Beach before. Hear voices I recognize? No, not that I recognize anyway. When I used to like smoke speed, I'd be up for like days and days, and I would hear arguments of people, and they would be like full-fledged arguments, and I'd hear like word per word, like every single word, and it would make sense like what they were saying. It would never be people I recognized, but it was just weird. It'd be like two people arguing over like the efficacy of like fire extinguishers or something. This would be something totally arbitrary. All right, see you guys. That's always your vibes. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna be playing some tonight, I think. We'll see. Probably. All right, guys. Rec on Monday was sick. Oh, you went to third yesterday? Nice. Rec Beach seems to be the place to be. We should meet up at Rec Beach sometime, one of these days, Quan. Or sometimes like sounds will turn into something when you're like coming down from that shit. Like the shower stream will start sounding like perfect jazz music. All right, see you guys. Peace out. Love you all.